Hello. I don't know how good this internet is. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I just wanted to jump on and do a live. The baby is napping, and the U.S. is bombing Iran. Amazing. I'm getting ready for World War III. I am at the site of where World War II started. I'm in Honolulu. I'm near Pearl Harbor. It all feels very fitting, people. I have a basic-ass, beautiful Waikiki vacation here. Don't come dox me or find me, but I just put that video out, and then I checked the news, and the United States is already bombing Iran. And we knew that. We heard that maybe he wanted to wait until the weekend so that the stock market wouldn't respond. Anyway, jump in, let's talk, guys. It's, what's interesting, there's nothing interesting. So basically, if you guys are just catching up on it, the U.S. has bombed 3 nuclear sites in Iran. Now, let's just be clear. When we say nuclear sites, we mean nuclear energy sites. These are not places that have bombs. According to the IAEA, Iran doesn't have a bomb. According to Tulsi Gabbard, up until, 12 hours ago, Iran doesn't have a bomb. Yeah. RKM, thank you. Yes, fuck Trump. So we are bombing nuclear sites that Iran has used for nuclear energy, but also, given the amount of chest thumping that Israel's done, that the United States has done, that so many massive superpowers have done against Iran, can you blame them for kind of wanting to protect themselves? Because the reason we don't fuck with North Korea, number one, not enough oil, but number two, they do have nuclear weapons. And so it puts a lot of countries on their back foot. It makes them think twice. And we're out here in a world where it's like, well, you gotta get a gun. You gotta get a bomb, right? So let's just put that aside. But here we are. We were promised, of course, that Trump is he's a peace president. Oh, he's a peaceful president. He's an anti-war president. And it was 6 months in? 6 months in. Slashing Medicaid wants to distract from that. Tariff trade war going awful wants to distract from that. And so what better way than with a war, And on top of that, my God, can you feel, if you're feeling something right now, it's Bibi Netanyahu just so horny. That is the most disgusting thought. But he is so excited about this moment because this is what Bibi Netanyahu's always wanted, right? And now that Trump's brain is totally broken and they can be like, oh my God, you know what? You're going to be the liberator of Iran. It's going to be super easy. It's like a tiny country. Ted Cruz doesn't know how many people live there. You know what I mean? It's going to be super easy. You're just in and out, get all the jewels and riches, and then they're going to build statues in your honor. And just today, the co-founder of Palantir, the tech surveillance company, is basically saying, oh, I'm excited about investing in a new Iran. Guys, if you're old enough to remember the Iraq War, this is everything that happened in the Iraq War, but it's like no lube. You know what I'm saying? Back then they were really trying to zhuzh up the American public. Okay, let's see. First it's about the people of Iraq, and it's about Saddam, and now it's it's all different kind of it's about weapons of mass destruction. It's about 9/11. It's not about 9/11. It's about the women. Oh no, it's not really about the women. That's really just about Halliburton, private oil contracts. That's really all it's about. This is that, but without a year and a half of foreplay. This is all of Iraq War, no fucking foreplay, straight in, no lube, get fucked. Get fucked Americans, get fucked Iranians, and get as much money as you possibly can in the shortest amount of time. And Trash Catalog is absolutely right. He's the servant of Peter Thiel, Miri Mandelson, and Netanyahu. Miri Mandelson is like, would you like more money? Then please attack Iran. The funniest part about all this, y'all, is that there are warnings. There are travel warnings being issued obviously to Israel and to the Middle East, and there's evacuation orders now for the Americans in the West Bank in Israel, which is, you're like, who are those people? Largely they're going to be settlers, you know what I mean? I mean, they might be Palestinians too, but it's like, they're settlers. Like, I just love the idea of like being like, oh, gee, your whole greater Israel plan of settling the West Bank has come to bite you in the fucking ass now that the United States has entered into war with Iran. And again, Iran has massive technological capabilities. They've got a far superior military than Iraq. They know how to do targeted strikes internationally. Iraq was, God, if that was supposed to be a cakewalk, which it was absolutely not, imagine the fucking quagmire that will arise. Now, of course, this will not necessarily be a boots on the ground situation. They're going to want to do this very, targeted and all, through drone strikes and remotely and targeting, generals, as they've been taking out top generals and military officials and all this and that. But all it takes is retaliation from Iran, some kind of so-called terrorist attack, and that's it. And again, if we are Israel and Israel is us, if there is no daylight between Netanyahu and Bibi and Trump, then an attack on Israelis or attack on Americans, allegedly. I mean, we're in this. Like, truly, we're in this. Karen Khan, we're effed. Yes, agreed. Netanyahu would burn the world to avoid the corruption investigations he's facing. 100%. And so would Trump, right? They all know it's over for them. Trump has proven Orwell's 1984 is actually war is peace. Oh, yeah. Well, we proved war is peace back in 2003. And that's a thing that I watched my video and I briefly stated that Trump's anti-war stance was never actually genuine. He did a couple of things. He read the room of a country that was sick and tired of war and a Republican Party that was actually sick and tired of war. And he's jealous that it wasn't his war, that he didn't get the contracts, that he wasn't making hand over fist money. Now he's like, it's my turn to make this money. It's going to work out great, y'all. It's going to work out so good. But we'll see, what the kind of retaliation is. There's already the death toll in Israel is rising. Obviously, the death toll in Iran is rising. And we'll see, is the destruction at the level that the United States and that Israel want? This is what happens. And you know what? Trump's a fucking sucker. You guys, so the entire right wing right now is basically like, look, if Trump decides to go to war, I trust him. I trust my president. You know where we heard that before? When everyone was like, I trust George W. Bush to do the right thing. Same shit. But what's great about this moment of I trust Donald Trump is, have you seen Donald Trump lately? Have you heard Donald Trump lately? My man is slouched, sad, out of it, and is only thinking about when the next time he's going to go fucking golfing. My dude is on, he is on a completely different planet. He is not in control. He didn't know, Doge got access to everyone's Social Security information. I don't know, as long as my crypto's going well, when are we rolling out that fucking scam? He's not in control. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to explain this to people, that he's not in control. And exactly right. Saudi Arabia wined and dined him, promised him everything the light touches. Same with Israel, the Riviera of the Middle East. And Israel loves it not only, and you guys remember this is all a distraction from genocide. This is all them trying to get us to forget that there are starving children in Gaza right now. They will start World War III so that we can forget there are starving children in Gaza and greater Israel can be complete. That is really ultimately their their main goal. Also, they don't somehow like the idea of a religious, a state that has religious superiority, while quite literally putting the Star of David on their fucking flag, but they're triggered by a Muslim country, and they want regime change. And so the other thing about this, doing no lube, super quick, the only thing that won't be quick is this is just going to be the worst date ever. Dude is never going to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? No lube, never wrapping it up, because we already see the mission creep. Initially, this is about nuclear weapons. Then what is it about? It's about regime change. Well, who's to say that if Iran had a new leader, or if you killed Ayatollah Khamenei, that the next guy or woman, that they wouldn't want to nuke too? What do you mean? And again, it's not, it's about having greater control. It's about Israel wanting to be the superpower of the Middle East. And the sooner Israel is the superpower of the Middle East, the sooner the United States, i.e. Trump, gets to cash in on everything. Right? And then you've got these fucking liberal fucks who talk a big game about Ukraine, and now, but they're also I can't wait. What was it? Who said this? David Frum or something. I can't wait to tour the sites, the ancient sites of a free Iran. Bitch, you can tour the sites of Iran right now. No, but without the Muslim stuff. I'm going to read some of your comments. Normalizing Trump's assassination? Dude, look, all options are on the table. You know what I'm saying? Bibi knew about 10/7 before it happened, but ignored it. They had all the intelligence about 10/7, right? We understand that there was massive intelligence that Hamas was planning a big attack. So, yeah, there was intelligence, just like there was intelligence before 9/11. But it's a perfect pretext. Can't wait to hear them blame this on Biden or Obama. That's the best part about this, is there's no one else to blame. Yeah, they've been bombing Iran. Sorry, I'm trying to go through this before my phone melts down in the sun. Oh, yeah. 888-JASON-88. Fuck Jank, that's all. Thank you. But you know what, guys? Any moment now, America Firsters are going to rescue us, and they're going to stop this war, because they're ultimately at their heart anti-war. Bitch, you know who's anti-war? Us. Liberals, leftists, anarchists, socialists, progressives, however you define it. People who were in the streets 20 years ago. The New York Times called us the second superpower on February 15th. You guys were there. People took the streets in every fucking city. Rome, London. I was in New York shutting shit down. And look, and this is the thing that I think I'm going to articulate, an energy and a sadness I feel. Because we did everything to try and prevent the Iraq war, and we couldn't, right? And at the end of the day, we couldn't. And I do think that some of the lessons of the Iraq war were that we needed to get real anti-war candidates into power. And fuck, man, we tried with Bernie. And actually, back up, no matter whether Obama, yes, he expanded the drone war. Yes, he was the deporter-in-chief. Fuck that. But Obama would never, ever have been president had it not been for his anti-war stance as a state senator. Ever. It was the thing that stood him apart from Hillary warmonger Clinton. And yet, despite that, 8 years later, the Democratic establishment was like, well, let's give Clinton a chance. Everyone's forgotten about that, and she's super likable. She's great. So we're here again. Don't worry. I'm sure it'll be very quick. I'm sure it'll be, it's very clear what the objective is. And it'll all blow over, and it'll be fine. And no one's going to get involved anymore. And I'm sure no soldiers will be targeted, as they've been targeted, y'all. You don't understand, but to be stationed in the Middle East right now fucking sucks. It's scary, and it's been scary for a long time. Because of specifically the U.S. support of Israel's war crimes, whether that be on the people of Palestine, the people of Lebanon, the people now of Iran. They are a fucking liability. Jason AFC, I was on Iraq 20 years ago and found zero WMDs. Very good. Trump and Biden were puppets. We all know the real villains are the Israeli government. Yeah, I mean, the thing is this. Here's my thing about the whole, like, Israel pulls all the strings. It's like, it's too easy to say that. It's too facile. It's like, oh, it's all AIPAC money. Bitch, the U.S. has money. Oh, it's all Israel military. Bitch, the U.S. is a military. You know what it is? It's dickless politicians. Stop. I'm so tired of blaming Israel for some shit that the United States needs to do their goddamn self. They are a tiny country. And the fact that you're letting Israel call all the shots because you think, and this is what Biden thought, that Israel was the only democracy in the Middle East. You thought that, yeah, they were the key to, westernizing the Middle East. Never forget, Saudi Arabia, which has insanely reactionary and retrograde policies against women, minorities, super religious, right? I'm just saying what the government and the leadership is. They also were in the Middle East. They're not a democracy, but the U.S. and the Saudi are like this, man. They're tight as shit. You saw Biden fist bump MBS after Saudi Arabia dismembered an American journalist, a Turkish American journalist, and cut him up and put him into suitcases and then disposed of his body because he was writing shit that was critical of the Saudi government. And yet we were like, oh yeah, fist bump, baby, because we want those cheap oil prices. And the real thing is, Israel and Saudi Arabia both hate Iran. They are in agreement that there should be regime change. They can't reveal the full hand and say that they are in agreement because ostensibly they're not, right? But they're the sort of devil and devil on either shoulder of any American politician. And if you've got a applesauce for brains, wannabe fascist like Donald fucking Trump, guess what? That asshole is going to be lured into World War III. Yeah, and the other thing, the last thing I'll say is that, Iran has like an actual government too. Like, they have politicians as well. They have people in government and people on the ground who are against war, who say, what are we doing? This is bad. Or, apparently people, are also divided because they're like, well, I don't like this government anyway. But we all know, and this happens from Venezuela to, God, an endless number of examples. Whenever there's an outside threat, the authoritarian government, and I would say Nicolas Maduro definitely became an authoritarian in Venezuela, they use the threat of this outside invader to coalesce support for their regime. Iran is the same thing. So if you actually supported regime change in Venezuela or Iran, you would support not bombing them to shit, and you would support actual negotiations, because that is actually the way to diffuse the power of said authoritarian, and they gain less popularity. When was the Green Revolution over in Iran? I think that happened under Barack Obama. And there's a reason, right? There was more movement. There was more space and energy. And again, on Tuesday, I'm going to have Nigar Mortazavi back on the show. She's an Iranian American special analyst and writer. She's great. She's going to break it all down for me. So don't miss Tuesday's Bituation Room. But there are hardliners in Iran, too. Iran has their Lindsey Graham. Iran has their Ted Cruz. And those motherfuckers are like, let's go to war. Let's attack. We should have never been in peace negotiations anyway. Why don't we have a bomb now? If we had had a bomb, this shit wouldn't have happened. And guess what? Now they're being proven right. So what Trump just did was prove the hardliners right. But last thing. This is Israel's playbook, man. This is the US's playbook. What you do is you destroy any hope of diplomacy. You destroy any hope of working with any moderating forces within the Middle East. You do that in Afghanistan. You do that in Iraq. You divide and conquer people. And anyone who wants to reach an agreement with you, right? The PLO in Palestine. Anytime you're close to a peace agreement, you blow that shit up on purpose. And you, as Israel's done, support extremist factions like Hamas. Because why? Because it helps your whole political project. If you want to prove that Muslims and Palestinians are all terrorists or they're all terrible, then low-key support the most extremist elements among them. That's how you win the ideological war to show that there's only war ahead. War is only the path. Violence is the only solution. Because on the low, you've been funding the extremists. You've been killing the moderates. You've been killing any attempt at diplomacy. Tale as old as fucking time, man. We've done this before. We toppled another religious leader in Iran. Not even a religious leader. A leader who was socializing the oil in Iran, meaning they were not allowing foreign companies to collect money from it. I'm going back to my Mideast studies, but I'm forgetting if it was Mossadegh or Mossadegh. I can't remember and then we installed the Shah in 1953. Somebody holler in the comments if y'all remember. Anyway, the point is we already did this in 1953. We toppled a leader who we could not stomach because in the 50s, there was something called Arab nationalism. It was when Arab nations were finally fucking tired of being colonial outposts for the UK and the United States, but mainly the UK and France. And they started to work together and they started to socialize the profits of their massive oil wealth. And we couldn't do that. We would, because what's that? That's communism. The United States could not hang with that, and so we had to topple their government, install the Shah, do a fast track to westernization, and then what happened? A religious fundamentalist regime, powered by the people, rose up and said, fuck the Shah, fuck this Western-backed bullshit, and we're going to install a religious, whatever you want to call it, Sharia law, whatever. This is our law. But that was backed by people largely. Has it gotten out of hand? Yeah. Is it democratic? No. But you know what I'm saying? This is the ping pong that we've already been through. The Swinkler said Mossadegh, I think. Yeah. I can't remember. It's Mossadegh and Mossadegh. Anyway, they were all kind of fine. I don't know why, but they were all like kind of hot. Anyway, y'all. The baby is asleep. It is nap time. I'm here on a balcony that is way too high. It's very terrifying. And I am in, being a colonizer myself, as I am in Waikiki. You come to Hawaii and you're like, man, this shit should be independent. This shit should be totally independent. It fucking sucks the U.S. had to colonize this place. It's beautiful. It should be independent. Let's free Hawaii, y'all. Thank you for tuning in, for watching. We'll be raging together in the coming days. And thank you for your input and your comments. I appreciate it a lot. And nos vemos Tuesday. Peace. Or not peace. Lots of war.